myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate this, you can fucking bite me. I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains, I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things, gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain, I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. And it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots. If I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate this, you can fucking fight me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate this, you can fucking bite me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself.
Liberty, Freedom, Whiskey Podcast. Two guys unfiltered, unedited, extremely opinionated, drinking whiskey.
What could go wrong?
Be warned, they don't care about your feelings. Just freedom and liberty, and of course, whiskey.
Welcome to.
I swear that gets shorter and shorter every time you play it.
It's the same. We've been doing since I made the thing.
Is that semen in the air?
No, that is on embiotic fluid. I believe it's supposed to be champagne because they got the guy with the bottle right there by your head. And these are people actually celebrating the end of Roe versus Wade.
Which it's not the end of it.
I know. Well, no, it's the end of Roe versus Wade. But all these people are talking about. We're just jumping right off into it. People like, subscribe, hit the bells. You'll know when we go live.
Yeah, this is kind of a hot episode for us.
If you're listening on audio only, if you're on Apple, write us a 5-star review. We'll shout you out. We appreciate it. Other than that, hello, JoJo. How you doing?
JoJo.
But we just jumped right into it.
Hey, babe.
But yeah, I was watching some stuff on the hell.
What, CNN? I know that's your favorite news network.
No, not CNN. On friggin' same Twitter. God, I'm just having a mind fart from hell. From TikTok. I couldn't remember the freaking name of it.
Oh yeah, they've got.
They had a whole bunch of live stuff on there, and I watched stuff on YouTube, different news channels and stuff like that, and all these people were hollering, it's the end of, they've outlawed abortion, and they did this and that. They did not.
It's the same thing with Trump. They just fucking bit into the first thing they could.
They did not outlaw abortion.
They basically punted it back to the states.
They said, here you go. This is y'all's problem, which it should have been in the first place, because big government,
Hey, Bam.
it wasn't supposed to be as overreaching as it is anyway. Basically, the government was designed to protect us from enemies foreign, okay? Not to try to run our lives like they do. And,
You know what's hilarious is, did you see the video I sent you of the original woman from the Roe versus Wade?
You sent me a lot of stuff today.
Yeah, I know.
I don't remember it all.
I was very passionate. Either way, the original woman that sued and won the Roe versus Wade case actually came out and said, she did that when she was younger. As she got older and came to know the Lord, she said that she had made the worst decision of all time in making that a law.
Yeah. Bam, I sent you a text message. Can you send me that that video that Terry sent you earlier? Just text it to me, or however she sent it, DM it or whatever, so I can. I want to play the video. I want to play the audio of it. The video, but it's not that important. But but they didn't. I was listening to another podcast not too long yesterday. They it's a big discussion on this, and everybody's like, I'm like, no, it is not. And I sent a message. I'm like, the Supreme Court did not do away with abortion. They just gave it. It's
to your local legislator.
It's each state's, which it should be anyway. It's each state can do what they want to now.
Yeah, you're still going to have places like California, New York, Chicago,
Louisiana,
very liberal places.
Louisiana now is completely illegal to get an abortion. Period. Now, I'm pretty sure we do have drive-through daiquiris.
Drive-through abortions.
Well, they're going to have drive-through abortions in California and New York and probably like Washington, places like that. So you don't have to get out your car. You can put like the 10-minute oil change. You can just pull up to the drive-through abortion clinic, put one foot up on the dash, one out the window, and they'll stick some vacuum cleaner up your hoo-ha and suck the baby right out of it for you. That's what they'll do. Kind
of like they'll vacuum your floor and then they'll vacuum the baby out of you.
Yeah, they did not outlaw. Abortion is not outlawed. That's what people are not getting. It is.
They did pass the gun reform.
They did. He did. They did something on some gun shit. We got in here.
Oh, okay, cool.
But you got people also there, they're boo-hooing and yin and all this other crap.
Well, the new thing is that U.S. Supreme Court is now illegitimate.
Yeah, because it didn't do what they wanted to do. But now if they would have said it in the opposite way, the Supreme Court would be the best thing ever.
Oh, yeah. They're already talking about packing the courts, all that stuff. AOC was seen chanting, once again, making it all about her as usual. That basically.
I think AOC's probably good at one or two things in her entire life. Is what I think.
Bartending?
No. Probably
and knee pads.
Sucking dick and keeping her legs spread open. Because every time she opens her mouth, that's probably why she's good at it. Because every time she opens her mouth and starts speaking, somebody's going to stick a dick in it just try to make her shut up.
Well, I thank God she's pretty. That's the only thing I can say.
Yeah, she is pretty, but
in the South, I would say, bless her heart.
As soon as she starts talking, though, you just want to stick a McPossum in her mouth just to make her shut up.
Hell no, that's for me. Oh, she can't have my McPossum.
Also talking about, they're worried about now violence by extremists since this decision.
We'll never hit like we did in the late 90s with people blowing up the fucking clinics.
What's this? what's the name of Jane's Revenge or something like that. That's been doing stuff to. They call themselves. Has been doing stuff to these anti-abortion places.
I don't know. I haven't heard nothing about it.
Yeah, it's called Jane's Revenge. Anyway, Department of Homeland Security is worried about domestic violent extremists that are racially motivated with perceived grievances.
What the fuck?
Because you do know that since, abortion laws are changing, that it's racist.
Which makes no sense. A white person, a black person, a Hispanic person, all can walk into an abortion clinic and get one that day.
But you didn't know that abortion is health care?
Well, I believe that the founders of, what the hell is it? The founders of Planned Parenthood were 100% out to, like, abolish the African-American neighborhoods. That's, I always thought that the existence of it was so racist.
This group is called Jane's Revenge.
Sounds like a fucking pirate ship.
It sounds like a bad rock song. Like Janie's Got a Gun. I don't know. They've already been linked to arson attacks against buildings of ideology. Blah, 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 blah. People with different ideas, opponents, encouraging a night of rage.
What?
The state will feel feel our full wrath, and we need them to be afraid of us. I'm sorry, I can't be afraid of anybody. It's called Jane's Revenge.
I bet you it's not Jane's Revenge.
Sounds like it's a bad acid trip or something like that,
I bet you. Who the fuck was those? The Summer of Love people?
Oh, the Antifa people? Yeah.
I bet it's just them getting paid to burn some shit down.
It's probably, it is summertime. School's out, so Jane's Revenge is probably a bunch of college kids that, have been indoctrinated and brainwashed into complete, utter morons.
You mean modern day education system?
Yes. They go to school. They indoctrinate the kids. They teach the kids that it's correct to want to cut your pee-pee off, cut your breast off, and say you're a boy when you're a girl, or vice versa. Like I've said before, and I think you agree with me, I could give a care less if you're gay. Good for you. Love who you want to love. Have sex with legal adults of whatever sex you want, if that's your preference. I don't care. Okay. Dress up in dresses and all that other stuff, but
just leave my fucking kids alone.
Leave my kids alone, and do not think that I'm waiting. It's going to happen one day with me. Of course, I got the wrath face, but I'm waiting for somebody to get pissed off because I misgendered them. Like I said before, if you're a dude dressed up like a girl and I can't tell, and I call you ma'am, good for you, because you tricked me. But if you're a dude with a mustache or a beard dressed up in a dress and a wig or whatever the fuck you have on, I'm not gonna be rude to you. But when I address you, I'm gonna address you as sir or him, or I'm not gonna say they or whatever. Y'all, you're one singular person, okay? When I was just at motorcycle competition, I threw the judges people for a loop. And I was joking. They'll probably make a rule out of it, because they have a partner ride thing where you got to ride with somebody through it. And I told them I identified as they, so that means I am more than one person, so I can go ride through it by myself because I am they. So I would actually do better than everybody else because I'm only one motorcycle instead of two. Think about it.
Anyway,
because they is more than one person.
Yeah, I identify as motorcycle.
So yeah, it's utterly ridiculous. But there are you have these you have all kind of people screaming stuff about it. There's people saying it's going to hurt the black community. How's this going to hurt the black community?
Well, that was what?
Why? Because now you're going to kill less black babies now. So now you'll have more black children being born. How's that going to hurt the black community? That sounds like it's going to help the black community.
What's her name?
What?
The race baiting senator. The same one that said to go out and she keeps inciting violence.
Waters.
There you go. But she keeps going out and telling people, inciting violence. So she wants them to have an insurrection.
Well, of course.
She's the one that keeps investigating into people that did things on January 6th. But yet on the other foot, she's telling them, bring the fight to the streets.
Oh, yeah.
What?
But it's different because it's their agenda. This one other article said abortion clinics closed immediately. They scrambled to move up appointments as row in. It's like, hurry up. We got to kill as many babies as we possibly can. My thing is, now, like I said, this may not be the popular opinion, okay? This has never affected me, okay? I wasn't raised like that. Down here in the South, I don't even think I've ever seen an abortion clinic. I think we had one. I've heard about maybe one in the whole state. I mean, I did,
more. And I remember they made us back when. You remember all the stories of people sniping the doctors and bombing the buildings?
Yeah.
They told me I had to go out and protect the clinic and the doctors, and I told them I'm gonna sit in my cruiser, but I am not getting the fuck out because I'm not gonna get blown up for protecting something I don't believe in. But yeah,
I was raised. It's just the way I was raised. I believe most people are raised up. If I would have got some girl pregnant whenever, I would have never asked that. Well, we'll just go get an abortion.
Yeah, go kill the baby.
That has never, ever crossed my mind ever. I don't have any illegitimate children that I know of, and if I did, they would be grown by now. But I'm just saying, I would have never, if some chick I had a one night stand with showed up, popped up, I'd have a DNA test done, of course, paternity test just to make sure. But never would I say, well, just go have an abortion and get rid of it. I just wasn't raised like that. If to me, if you make a child, you man up and take responsibility for it and pay for it.
I'm just thinking of some random woman walking up and being like, "This is your kid. He's 23," and you being like, "Get an abortion."
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, I would. That's never crossed my mind. I just wasn't raised like that. So
hell no, down here in the South, you get married.
It don't. It just don't. So it's this whole thing's never really affected me. And I guess I don't understand all these people out there screaming. Oh, it's my body, my choice. These are the same people now. These people out here screaming and hollering and boo-hooing and crying and yin-yang and all this shit about this abortion crap are the same motherfuckers that wanted to force everybody to get a vaccine.
Yep, my body, my choice.
But hold
as long as it fits their narrative.
And when you bring that up, they're like, oh, well, it's different. Well, how is it different? There's no different. You're saying that, for some reason, even though the government, nobody's telling you can't have an abortion, it's just you might have to travel to another state to get it. So, and if you don't want a child, they have plenty of contraceptives out there that can prevent you from getting it. I know they're not all 100%, but a lot of these people that want to just get pregnant and then go have an abortion, they're not using any protection. So it's just a bunch. I've watched video. This one woman's like, I can't even protest right now because I'm crying so bad because I can't kill the baby inside of me. And I've listened to different podcasts and stuff, and like I said, everybody has their own beliefs. I listen to other stuff. And when I'm listening to stuff that I disagree with, I just don't respond on there in the chat or whatever because it's not gonna. I'm not going to change anybody's mind over a chat message, watching a live podcast, the same exact way as they're not going to change my mind. They believe what there's a lot of people out there that don't believe that life starts at conception. I believe once that baby inside of you, they put that ultrasound or whatever, and you can hear that heartbeat. You can hear a heart beating inside of you. That's life. I'm sorry, and you got some people, oh, it's not a human being until it comes out. You know what? I beg to differ. So, I don't try to argue with people like that because they believe what they want to believe. I believe what I want to believe. So.
All right,
You're doing what? I know I'm rambling on. We've been going on friggin' 30
No, this story
today.
just popped up like it just happened. So,
Breaking news.
breaking news: a Russian thermobaric multiple rocket launcher that is mounted on a tank chassis fired at Ukrainian targets with devastating effects. Well, yeah, according to reports from from Russia's military, the TOS-1A vehicle, which has multiple rocket launchers mounted to a T-72 tank chassis, is being deployed somewhere in Ukraine and reportedly firing thermobaric warheads at Ukrainian targets, as images reportedly show. It shows a video of it. The vehicle can be seen sporting a white Z dabbed on its side. The Z is one of the symbols, as well as the letters V and O, that can be seen painted on Russian military vehicles taking part in the invasion in Ukraine.
The zombie tank.
Pretty damn much. The footage then cuts to an aerial view reportedly showing the missiles exploding when they hit the ground. The video then shows the missiles being fired at night. I wanted to, because this is the part that gets interesting. There are 24 thermobaric projectiles in the package. They are capable of covering an area up to 40,000 square meters. That is 430,000 square feet. That's a big-ass blast area.
I mean, what do you think? To me, Russia could have took Ukraine over a long time ago. They just been fucking
Right, it
around.
sounds like they're ramping up because they're tired of taking losses.
They just been fucking around.
They were just, they were just in the beginning thinking, okay, we're going to walk in and take this bitch, and they're not even going to fight. Now that they're losing numbers and they're being made fun of on the world stage is where you're going to see them do random shit like fire ICBMs at fucking Ukraine and just devastate them.
Yeah.
Because this weapon right here, which is like basically a mini nuke, 430,000 square feet is just huge, and it can devastate armored vehicles. It actually heats up the air to 5,400 degrees.
Bam.
It actually melts tanks.
Man, in Louisiana, unfortunately, I say this part of the law I don't agree with. In Louisiana, all abortions is illegal. Period. Can't get it. That's where my problem is. To me, if you've been raped, incest, or if carrying this baby is gonna kill the mother, that should be the only three exceptions. I don't think in Louisiana it is, but you can go somewhere else and get it. I think they should have some exceptions in it, but every state's going to be different now.
See, I think the whole incest thing goes back to rape because...
Well, it's all the same thing, but I'm just saying rape, incest, and not because I don't want this baby, it's going to be because, look, if she carries this baby to term, mom's most likely going to die. And not because, because they got all these tests now. Oh, well, I just found out my baby's going to have Down syndrome, so I want to abort it. No,
Oh, God, did you see that story?
Stuff like that. It's like, no, I don't agree with it.
The chick from The View that has the CNN show actually went on there and said that she has family members that have Down syndrome and stuff like that, like mental illnesses. And she said that if they could catch that and terminate those pregnancies, the people would all have a better life. And I'm like,
they wouldn't be alive. They wouldn't be here.
I was in the car with Mel, and I said, bitch just like read Mein Kampf, like exterminate the people with Down syndrome?
Well, check your stuff, and we're gonna make perfect little people. All right, Germany.
Right? Superior race.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck.
It's like. Well, I just read an article today where I don't even know why people watch the shit anyway, but The View is like their ratings have just like went in the shitter, deeper in the shitter than normal, and people are actually, people that watch The View are boycotting it, calling for Whoopi's firing because they're tired of the crap that she keeps coming out of her mouth. So, I don't know why that show even exists. Why would anybody watch it? But, like I said, that's what makes the world go round.
It's the exact opposite. It's like us, but extreme left. And four of them.
Well, I don't say racist shit.
No, I really don't give a shit about race. We're all part of a race, the human race.
Whoopi, and not Whoopi, what's that other one, that the redheaded bitch on there.
Joey Behar or whatever. JoJo, I completely agree. Some of the happiest people I've ever met on this planet had Down syndrome.
Exactly.
And they were the most awesome to be around. They enjoyed every minute of their day. I wish I had that kind of bliss, Yeah.
Well, in more Biden news, Biden reverses a Trump policy and commits to limiting U.S. military use of anti-personnel landmines. Basically, what this is they're basically saying we can't use landmines, and there's a whole bunch of other countries that's already doing it. Anti-personnel mines. I mean, yeah,
they're still going to exist.
Well, they're saying this because they used them in Korea and all that stuff like that, and they still shit out there, and it still kills people.
And the same thing in Afghanistan. There's kids walking across the desert and kaploom.
So, Brown said the policy directs the U.S. to move to destroy all anti-personnel landmine stockpiles that are not required for the defense of South Korea. So we're still going to use them in South Korea, just nowhere else. And noted there are approximately 3 million landmines in the U.S. stockpile. So we're just about to...
Wait a minute, I'm a U.S. taxpayer. I'm going to need at least 1% of those.
So they're just going to destroy a shit ton of money is what they're going to do, basically.
I want to put them in my yard.
He said the Claymore mines that have been transferred by the U.S. to Ukraine are compliant with the Ottawa Convention because they are manually detonated.
Wait a minute. Yeah, I was going to say, we can't do away with claymores. I thought you were talking about the bouncing Bettys. You
that's
step
what
on
I think
it, you
they're
step
talking
off, about. It goes up in the air.
Yeah, I think that's what they're talking about. The White House says since 1993, the United States has invested how much money in landmines?
Oh, God.
Oh, in conventional weapons. $4.2 billion in conventional weapons destruction programs. In 2020, then President Donald Trump rescinded restrictions on the U.S. military's ability to use landmines that had been put in place under the Obama administration. No, because we put landmines out, it's going to protect U.S. troops when the bad guys try to sneak up on them and they get blown up.
Listen to me, I know like how they destroy them.
Kind of like how they were putting IEDs or whatever over there and blowing us up. Yeah, it's just kind of the same thing. But no, Biden says we're not going to blow people up. We're gonna put Rice Krispie treats in teddy bears out there and give hugs out instead of
I'm waiting
guns.
for this moron to ban the military from having weapons. Anyway, I have an idea. We need to get rid of a surplus of landmines, right?
Let's go bury them.
Here we go.
On the border of Mexico and the United States.
Go on the other side of the wall and install them. You don't even need to replenish them after they've gone off, because after you start seeing your buddies or a coyote blast into a pink mist, they'll think twice about walking across that stretch of desert.
They'll turn around.
And nothing needs to be done because, you don't need to bury them. They're liquid.
Go back to Mexico or Guatemala or Honduras, wherever the fuck you coming from. Just go on over there.
That might be a very unpopular opinion, but
I'm pretty sure it is.
If we have to destroy them, I say that, we're sending everything else to the border, all the baby formula, all the other stuff. Let's send them in landmines.
Yep. Well, you want to do this next one about the massive layoffs?
Massive layoffs hit one of the top U.S. aluminum plants, halting operation.
Oh, what? Aluminum.
The proper scientific term for aluminum is aluminium. But I agree, it's aluminum. One of the U.S. top aluminum manufacturer plants has made massive cutbacks to its workforce, putting a halt to all operations for at least 9 months.
The price of like aluminum is going to go to?
Everything contains fucking aluminum. The company said on Wednesday, citing an unprecedented rise in global energy prices. Century Aluminum in Kentucky announced they will be laying off 628 Howesville smelter employees starting August 5th. In fact, mass layoffs are happening nationwide as fears of an economic downturn continue to escalate. You know what helps the nation's economy from crashing? Staying the fuck open.
Oil.
Because if you shut everything down, you're going to cause it to be worse.
Gas.
One of the top, nope, not going to read it. Century wrote in a letter to employees obtained by Owensboro Times, which read, unfortunately, an unprecedented rise in global energy prices arising from the Russia war in Ukraine. Bullshit. It's fucking Biden. Okay. It has nothing to do with Russia. That war is going to be over pretty quick. They keep using those weapons. Has dramatically increased the price of energy in the U.S. and around the globe. Exactly. Jobless people tend to hurt the economy, not help. The cost required to run our Howesville KY facility has more than tripled the historical average in a short period. Given these circumstances, it is not necessary to fully curtail operations for a period of approximately 9 to 12 months as Howesville energy prices return to more normal levels. That company will never reopen, people. It will never financially recover. You can't just shut down production. They tried the same shit back when they would put the steel factories, back in the day. They shut down the steel factories and tried to wait for the prices to go down. Well, China jumped in and started producing the same. So you couldn't keep up with it. That's how we lost our steel industry here. Dumbasses. Yep. It's closed.
There's going to be a lot of smelters looking for jobs.
What? Century Aluminum also added that all laid-off employees will be paid in accordance with the WARN Act, which protects employees and their families by requiring employers to communicate mass layoffs at least 60 days in advance. So you're going to pay them to stay home.
Yep.
Yeah, there's something going on behind the scenes. Because if they're getting paid anyway, why not let them work?
Have you seen? Did you see Joe's cheat sheet?
I did. That was pretty neat.
I forgot to
sit down.
Add it, but I'm going to add it right now, and we're going to look at it. Look at it. I just added it. This was spotted in his hand. I think it.
He held it up. He's like, "See, I got my notes."
Just this past week, and if anybody tries to tell me this man's mind ain't fucking gone, why would you have to give?
Tell him to go sit in a chair.
The president right here, the president, and then it says you enter the Roosevelt room and say hello to participants. Okay. You
in capital letters.
You take your seat. Like, don't take somebody else's seat. Take your seat in all capital letters. The press enters. You, in all capital, give a brief comments for however minutes. The press departs. You ask Liz, whatever her name is, President something a question. So they have to. This is fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
At this point, anybody on this planet could be the president of the United States because the man sitting in the chair, in his chair, not somebody else's, is a fucking puppet. I don't care. Somebody's controlling this man. He does not have the mental capacity to do this job.
Got a granddaughter. It's about like 4 or 5. I think she's about 5, or getting ready to be 5. I could just, once she's able to, she can read. I could give her verbal instructions better than it's ridiculous. That's why we're the laughing stock of the world. We used to be the greatest country in the world. Now we're like fucking Ringling what's the name of that circus people?
Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey.
Yeah, the clowns. We're like the little clown car rolling up, wobbling. It clowns falling all over. Now I look like now I look like Joe Biden. So that's the man that's supposedly doing all this. No, somebody else is running this country. He's a figurehead. They just fucking. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he was excited. He wiped his own ass.
My butt's been wiped.
Fucking weekend at Bernie's, I swear.
Well, every time I watch the man, every time I see him on news or TV or something, you watch him walk. It looks like to me, I'm just waiting for him just to fall the fuck over. It's like he has to think about every step he takes. Now, I'm not making fun of this man because he's got dementia. But the people, his wife and stuff,
They ought to be ashamed of them fucking selves.
Basically, what they're doing should be elder abuse right at this moment.
Who takes an 80-something-year-old man, throws him on a bicycle, and says, this is a good idea?
Yeah, and watch him fall over. He could have broke a hip or something. All he wants to do is watch Jerry Springer.
And eat his ice cream.
Eat ice cream and tapioca pudding. And sniff people's hair. That's all he wants to do. That's all he wants to do. Because he don't know where he's at half the time.
He sniffed me so much, I lost my hair.
Yeah, I mean, you used to have a whole head of hair until you met Joe Biden, and then he sucked it all off your head.
Yeah.
This next one here is about a school teacher that got fired for doing what he should have done. Oatmeal.
Right, they always say, if you
applesauce.
see something, say something, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is actually out of Louisiana. Well, damn near Texas. It's almost in Texas. A high school teacher lost his job after he leaked photos of graffiti in a school bathroom, which listed students' names, called the listed students racial slurs, which we can all pretty much probably know what it says, and degraded Black History Month.
Did you know that there's a Black History Music Month? It's next month?
I have no idea.
I had no idea either. It came on the radio today.
Every month is some month. We're going to start calling, I don't know. I'm going to take August for Iceman month. I need my own fucking month.
That's Mel's month.
No, it's mine. I just took it.
Nope.
Too late. High school teacher lost his job after he allegedly leaked information about racial slurs, a hit list, and threats written on a bathroom stall inside a school earlier this year. The graffiti listed names with last name initials, called the listed students racial slurs and derogatory names, and degraded Black History Month. I don't care if he degraded Black History Month. You can like Black History Month. You don't have to like it. Don't care. And he degraded Black Lives Matter. I guess we've been guilty of that because it's a bullshit organization that it lies and just takes people's money and buys big houses.
But then again, we wouldn't put people's name on a bathroom wall.
No,
and say
with racial slurs. According to the high school teacher, the school resource officer at the school did not begin interviewing students about the incident until several days after the incident. The school board said that there was no cover-up and the educator merely wanted to embarrass the school district. Let me explain. That's the end of it. No, it's not. I thought it was. They had a lot of ads in between. The school teacher, R. Shavit, lost his job on Friday, June the 17th. The board members voted 4-1 to fire the educator, who is reportedly accused of leaking photos of a school threat.
That one person knew that it was a bad idea.
The graffiti was found in the girls' bathroom at Norman High School in Oklahoma. Well, I guess in Oklahoma. Back in February. The history teacher reportedly alerted the school district first, but believed they weren't doing enough. Several parents said that they believed the educator did the right thing. I believe he did too.
He needs to run for superintendent.
Some of his students said that he was just trying to protect them. Correct. I agree with that. But the school district said that there was no credible threat after the local police investigated the incident, but the police department said otherwise, and that a threat did exist. According to the teacher, he reportedly got the pictures from a student and immediately recognized the importance of the photos. The educator also claimed at the time he saw the photos, his fear and urgency were very high. He said he reported it, feared that a cover-up was going on because the officials weren't taking any action. He then showed the pictures to another teacher and sent them to a parent, saying he thought the district would bury it. He believed the teacher sent the photos about 1 hour after he saw them. When the educator shared the photos with a parent, he reportedly wrote, "I don't trust NPS to not bury this, so if these made it to the media, that'd be great." So anyway, the guy leaked these photos out, okay, because he reported it and he didn't see nothing going on. Now, I'm trying to find the photos. On the bathroom wall, here it is.
Imagine you walk out to the mailbox.
Inside of it, it's written in like black marker. It says, shooting up this fucking place on 2/28 of 2022. Now, he found this before this date with people's names and all that others, and he reported it. The reason, let me tell y'all why these schools do this shit, okay? And Holster will probably agree with me. These schools don't want this shit getting out.
No, it's
because it makes the school look bad, and they don't want the school to look bad. Everybody wants these schools, and these schools administrators want everybody to think that these schools are nice, safe, and lovely. You know, Candyland, rainbow farts, and dragon piss or whatever. I don't know. Most schools, and I'm not pointing out any school in particular, the majority of these schools have fucking kids vaping in the bathrooms, smoking weed in the bathroom, fighting, selling. They're doing all of this shit. And this just ain't in inner city schools.
No.
This is in every school. Not saying, probably, I'm going to say 80% of the schools in the United States this is going on in. The shit is not getting out because these schools do cover it up. Because if the shit gets out, the parents can be like, some of these parents can be like, well, fuck this. I'm either going to put my kid in private school, we're going to homeschool. And the less kids they got coming in, when kids stop coming to school, they're going to stop getting as much taxes. Well,
Mel can actually confirm this. In our school district, they literally sent a letter home to all the parents stating that if your children record with their cell phone in a public hallway or anything where people were fighting, that they would be arrested. First off, there is no expectation of privacy in a public environment. A school campus is a public environment. The only place that you would expect privacy at a school would, in fact, be inside of a restroom.
Yep.
Okay? So, they do that kind of shit so that their school doesn't look bad. Okay? When all these kids are fighting, like one of our local schools literally had to have the SWAT team walking through the halls just because how bad the gang violence was. Okay? And they threatened to arrest children for recording it. Me, as a law enforcement officer, I would encourage every one of them to record it. Why? Because in law enforcement, the more video evidence we have of a crime, the better the chance we're going to be able to arrest all those involved.
Or how about when you have a school resource officer doing his job, gets attacked by a child, a high schooler, a 16-year-old high schooler, gets attacked by the student, defends himself.
And then gets investigated?
He ends up not getting fired, but ends up quitting his job over because he's been investigated for 2 months, and after he was cleared of it, they still want to bring him up in front of the board for maybe disciplinary things for protecting himself when he was being attacked by the kid. They don't want that shit out.
No.
So let's move on. We're going from the great school system to
gas ranges.
They're about to screw up the restaurant industry.
No way they're going to let that ride inside of restaurants. Because it tastes completely different.
Gordon Ramsay going to shit his pants.
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay's going to be like, fuck this, we're moving out. Gas ranges are being banned. The best electric ranges, cooktops, and ovens in 2022. Gas stoves are even worse for the climate than previously thought. Worse than a cow fart. So much so that Los Angeles is banning most gas appliances, which is going to affect people's homes. Because think about it. Right now, people don't have money because we're too busy spending $6-7 a gallon. Now they're going to say, hey, you know that stove that works great? Yeah, throw that bitch away. You can't have it no more.
Well, first of all, gas, if you've never cooked on gas, you won't know. Cooking on gas is 100 times better than cooking on a freaking electric stove.
Hell yeah, you ain't got to wait for hours or, for the damn shit to heat up. It's an instant flame.
You also can regulate your heat 100 times better. I have a gas stove in oven at my house.
You got a natural gas line, though.
Yeah, over here at the clubhouse, there's an electric stove, and I hate using that electric stove. Once you cook on gas, you do not want to cook on. Go in any professional restaurant, a real restaurant. I guarantee you, I'll bet my whole paycheck, you ain't gonna find an electric stove in a classy restaurant. I'm not talking about Mama Joe's around the corner, local person. I'm talking about a 4-star restaurant. You are not going to find no electric stove anywhere.
Yeah, tell Gordon Ramsay he's got to use one. Watch how quick he just loses his shit on you.
This is just in what state is this? California? Or
yeah, it's Los Angeles.
Yeah, well,
and they're saying in all new homes and businesses. So they're made moves to discourage or prohibit the use of gas ranges. No timeline for the new rule has been announced.
Well, California, they just come up with the stupidest shit over there. I mean,
I'm convinced that everything that works well is banned in California.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a natural gas on there. I mean, I got a gas meter on my house. My standby generator runs on natural gas, so.
Yeah.
But more fucked up shit out of California, obviously, right there. If you fart outside, you can get a ticket. Don't be letting that methane gas out over there. Oh yeah, this I think this next one might be a Louisiana story because this is just absolutely absurd.
Absurd.
It's just so much shit is stupid. If people get offended for anything now, this is about a snowball stand that's got backlash over an offensive flavor. I mean, did it taste like semen? Did it taste like a fucking dog dick or something? How can it be offensive?
I don't know, but I think it's going to melt their snowballs.
Let's find out. Teenage snowball stand owner from Louisiana is apologizing. You know what, people? You offend people? Fuck that. Don't apologize. If that's how you feel, and you said it, I'm not going to apologize to somebody for what the hell I think or how I said it. If you get offended by it, sorry. Here's a towel. Go dry your tears. Okay? People say shit all the time that offends me. I'm not boo-hooing and crying about it. Either I get over it, I don't talk to that person about that, or I'm not friends with them. But if you go through life thinking that no one should offend you, you might as well lock yourself up in the basement somewhere.
You're going to be in a fucking loony bin.
Yeah. He is apologizing after receiving backlash over a flavor that some deemed offensive. Zine Clayton, I think that's how you say his first name, has made headlines for being a teenager with the #1 snowball stand in Louisiana. Clayton says he opened the Meltdown snowballs while isolated during the pandemic. The Bruley teen has since grown his business, quickly becoming a local favorite. Back in late May, he came up with a clever flavor that didn't go over well with everyone. His new Blood of Jesus flavor instantly went viral. But unfortunately, not for all the best reasons.
Hey, if it's good enough for church.
I mean, the Catholics believe they're drinking the blood of Jesus and they're eating his body too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the flyer for the Meltdown's new flavor even made it to Facepalm subreddit with over 6 million members. The caption on the photo read, "Louisiana, are you okay?" Well, yeah, we're fine. Thank you very much. Mind your own fucking business.
I bet you it's great flavored.
Some of the commentators couldn't even believe the poster was real, assuming that it was some type of joke. But the poster was real, and after receiving the backlash, Clayton says he ripped down the sign and personally posted the following apology on the Meltdown's official Facebook page. Guess what? That'd have been me. I'd have been like, Blood of Jesus, half off.
Yep, it'd been my #1 seller.
Yeah. Fuck y'all if you don't like it. Don't come to my snowball
because
stand.
I guarantee he became a local businessman out of nothing.
Yeah.
And he developed
a
business model. Right, as a teenager. That is fucking amazing. So he has to have a lot more people rooting for him than the 3 or 4 little bitches that are whining about it. Okay, and the ones that are whining about it probably will never go to his snow cone store.
First of all, they have a tiger blood flavor that's been around that's on at all the snowball stands around here. You can go get tiger blood. Has anybody asked how the tigers feel about this? Has anybody? What about Smurf flavors?
I feel like Mike Tate.
They got Smurf flavored snowballs. And did anybody discuss this with Papa Smurf that we're drinking up? You know,
It's his fault.
They're, they're people. Did we? No. Did we check to see if the Smurfs were offended by this? No, we did not.
Smurfette don't seem to mind.
Poor thing. The post got multiple shares and comments, but every single person who took the time to type out a message reassured the young business owner that regardless of how the situation unfolded, he still had his community support. What a lesson for this young entrepreneur to learn so early on in his career. You won't ever please all the people. I'd have told him to go fuck off. You want some Jesus blood? I'm going to say it's not Jesus blood. This is called Jesus blood. From the blood of illegal Mexicans. How's that? Does that feel better? Does that offend you? Is that worse? That's saying we're drinking illegal Mexican blood, or we just drinking Jesus? I mean, which one's worse?
God, that's fucking bad.
Which one's worse? Did I offend anyone with that price? Though, where's the towel? Go get a wet one. Wipe your fucking face off.
I didn't, but it flew close.
I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna go to this place and order me a fucking Jesus blood. Don't apologize. You should have never apologized, dude. I'm sorry. I know everybody's like, oh, no, you can't believe you made it. You call it the blooded Jesus.
Matter of fact, if he's close, you should actually go do that and tell him, hey, we covered that shit inside the podcast, and I want you to make me a Jesus blood.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's probably some tiger blood or cherry, strawberry, some kind of flavor like that. And he's like, oh, wouldn't it be neat? We call it the Jesus blood of Jesus, whatever like that. I bet you they wouldn't have been saying something if he called it Satan's blood.
No.
How about we have a German Shepherd blood snowball? Would that offend the German Shepherd or canine cops or what? I mean, Jesus Christ! Well, I'm just going to make me a clear one that's almond flavored and call it nut juice. We'll have a snowball stand, Iceman snowball stand. Come get you nut juice flavored snowball.
See, you could give this guy ideas and get kickbacks.
So I mean, somebody's going to be offended. I want to say, you know what you ought to do? I ought to stop over there and go, hey, dude, you ought to make one called Liberal Tears.
There you go.
Or how about I would make a fuck you flavor? How's that? I couldn't own a snowball stand because I would have. I can't believe you made that. Here, look, here's a whole cup of fuck you. You want a straw and a spoon with this? Want me to put some cream on top of it for you? Here you go. Here's your cup of fuck you. Get out, leave.
You know where that is? Bruisley?
Yeah, I know where Bruley is.
That's where it is. It's inside the Supreme Detail in Auto Mart.
I know where it's at.
It actually looks good.
All right, let's move on before I offend somebody else, because I said it could be Mexican blood or whatever. So, somebody's like, I can't believe he just said that. I just can't believe he said that. It could have been Mexican. It's satire, people. And it pisses me. I'm making the whole point. It's stupid.
The name doesn't make sense.
It's a freaking snowball. Okay, it's ice with super sugary water on it.
And I would challenge anybody that got offended by that to walk into a Catholic church and tell them that you don't appreciate how they call wine the blood of Christ.
Yeah. Or what about when they do communion and they call it the body of Christ?
It's just a cracker.
Yeah, don't say that. You just offended me. But but I identify as a Ritz. I'm buttery and delicious.
Anyways, finally, these people are doing something we all knew was wrong years ago. They're removing Coors Light and Keystone beers due to quality concerns. Fuck, I could have told you that when I was 16.
They can get rid of all beer. All right, beer's nasty.
You know what they need to do? Is make 12-ounce alcohol cans. That would be cool.
You can buy. I think it's more like the
mixed drinks.
The wine coat. You can buy Crown and Apple, Crown and Coke, or the Peach Crown in a can, and it's pre-mixed, and you can get that already. But I mean,
bam, he's cutting me off again. Anyway,
where's my mic thing? I can just turn it.
Buzzballs. Have you ever seen a buzzball?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, them things will fuck you up. Do not get the red. What the hell they call that? It's like a fruit punch. That is the nastiest shit. It tastes like one of them Four Loko things. But the coffee flavored one, delicious. And drink 2 of them. You'll be stumbling.
I'll be stubbling.
Yeah, you be talking like that too.
Do I need a shave or what?
Consistency in brewing is tricky. It's something every brewery deals with, though those issues tend to stay behind the doors of a brewery and don't often make it into the public eye. That's not the case, however, at Molson Coors right now. The company has removed packs of Coors Light and Keystone Light from stores in multiple states due to an unspecific quality issue. It tastes like piss. It always has. They finally just figured it out. The company has issued a voluntary withdrawal of beers produced in a single canning line. At its Trenton brewery, the company provided a statement to Thrillist saying that what it is taking place is not a recall because there are no health or safety concerns related to the cans. It is because Jimmy lost his fucking finger in the vat. No, it does not say that. We recently became aware of an issue on only one canning line at only one of our breweries that supply these beers to a relatively small number of states. The statement reads, though there are no details on the problem, it always says that the withdrawals can do not post a food health risk, but they don't meet our quality standards. What the fuck? Who wrote that? Oh, and they actually go along. I don't drink either one of those, so I'm not going to drink or read the UPC. I can hear myself.
What?
I can hear myself.
Well, it's because you got headphones on.
Dumbass. Anyway, hey, did you know that rich people don't take normal showers? They take showers out of gold. Just look up golden showers. What the fuck?
What happened?
No, I was just telling you that rich people take golden showers, not normal showers. If you don't believe me, look it up.
All right, let's move
on to the empty shelves.
We're moving on to another shortage that may be coming. Whether you use it in pan frying your food or making your own salad dressing, be prepared for your favorite dish and its popular cook ingredient may be running out of stock in your grocery store soon. What could it be? What could it be? It's olive oil. You may want to stock up on it while you still can. Unfortunately, this popular cooking ingredient is in short supply due to the variety of issues plaguing the olive oil industry. A rapidly spreading monkeypox olive tree killing bacteria. I just added the monkeypox.
I was going to say, please don't be true.
Just added that to it. That part's not true. Anyway, there is a olive tree killing bacteria in production problems and supply chain issues stemming from the ongoing war in Ukraine. Fucking Putin's problem again done fucked up the olives.
I just can't wait until we get back to when it was Trump's fault all day long.
The pathogen has decimated millions of trees across Europe and shows no signs of slowing down. Production of olive oil has declined sharply as a result, sending prices soaring. To make matters worse, the pandemic has disrupted supply chains. I'm so sick of hearing that shit. Ukraine has disrupted supply chains of olives. Just really not going to affect me.
Don't they come from like Italy or something? I want to say that's why they named it Olive Garden.
I don't know. But anyway, if you like your olive oil, especially that...
Popeye loves his olive oil.
Yeah, because she was an extra virgin. Extra virgin olive oil. If you get that and spread it on your wife, it won't bring back the, just don't try it.
It will be a slippery experience.
It will be a slippery experience, but it just don't work. JoJo said she will not be looking up golden showers. Don't do it. Don't ever look up anything. JoJo, this is just really serious.
No,
if
they're really
Holstera
funny.
ever says look up anything to Google it, don't. Do not ever, anybody listening out there, do not ever Google search anything that this man over here suggests that you should look up. Because I'm pretty sure it's not going to be anything you really want to see.
Did you hear about the really dirty guy that came across the border?
Oh, there's a whole...
No. His name's Dirty Sanchez.
Don't look that up either. Trust me, don't ever look up anything that he suggests.
I'll keep you entertained. Really? The only thing
she's in Australia. They have different law. You may get her arrested.
Well, if they show up at the door, just give them a Dirty Sanchez.
No, don't. It's your turn. Talk about these new road fees that are about.
Oh, this is beautiful. New road fee hits hybrid and electrical car owners in Louisiana. Gotta love it. Hybrid and electrical vehicle owners in Louisiana will soon have to pay an annual road fee to cover the state's shrinking fuel tax revenue as automotive manufacturers continue phasing out the internal combustion engines. The new fees are $60 for each hybrid and $110 for each electric vehicle registered in the state. They don't want you to have shit for free. That's like in Florida, it is illegal to have your home removed from the power grid.
It's illegal to.
What?
It's just illegal. Everything's illegal.
Yeah,
if the Democrats don't like it, it's illegal.
Yeah, it's because you'd be 100% energy independent, and it would put the power company out of business.
Well, that's what Joe Biden's trying to do anyway.
Right, but that's not going to fly, especially not in the South. Anyway, for each electric vehicle registered in the state, electric and hybrid school buses that transport students are exempt. No shit, because they own them. The roads, I bet you police cars won't have to pay it anyway either. The road usage fee is the product of House Bill 1031, sponsored by Republican Barbara Freeberg, our Republican of Baton Rouge. Governor John Bell Edwards, the inevitable moron that he is, signed the bill into law Wednesday. Though it will not take effect until January 1st, 2023, the bill received overwhelmingly bipartisan support, but several lawmakers supported it on the mistaken belief that hybrid vehicle owners do not have to pay any fuel tax. The Louisiana Department of Revenue is in charge of establishing rules to handle the payment and collections of the fees. One likely option lawmakers discussed is for vehicle owners to pay the fees through their individual state income tax filing. That actually makes sense. According to the bill, 70% of the tax proceeds will go towards road and bridge projects, which they haven't built since the fucking 60s. Slated in the Department of Transportation's Highway Priority Program, the remaining 30% will be deposited into the governor's pocket. No, I'm just kidding. And deposited into the parish transportation fund for use by local government. I'm waiting for you to get an electrical motorcycle. You know it's coming.
Better happen within the next 3 years.
I know it's coming.
It better happen within the next 3 years. If not, I won't be riding one.
The units will be changed over too. I honestly would probably prefer an electric police car.
No.
Imagine how easy it'd be to sneak up on somebody. They're extremely quiet.
It ain't like I got, catbacks or nothing on my fucking unit. It's not real loud. Back to our one of our favorite people is Joey B.
Let's go, Brandon.
He signs a bipartisan gun safety bill into law. God willing, it's going to save a lot of lives, damn it. President Joey B. on Saturday signed into law the first major federal gun safety legislation passed in decades, marking a significant bipartisan breakthrough on one of the most contentious policy issues in Washington. Correct. The Democrats have been trying to take our guns away for a long fucking time.
and they just figured out how.
God willing, it's going to save a lot of lives, Biden said off of his note card that said, "You must say this," in all capital letters. And as soon as you finish this speech, Joe, you can get ice cream. And it said "Goody" at the bottom of the note card. The legislation came together in the aftermath of a recent mass shooting, because no way we can let
Tragedy go to waste.
a good tragedy go to waste. Skip over that shit. The bill entitled the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act. I love these names they come with. Why don't we just call it the Bipartisan Let's Fuck Over the American People Act? Was released by Republican Senators John Cornyn of Texas and Tom Tillis of North Carolina. They're rhinos. They're not real Republicans. So anyway, they passed the bill by 234 to 193, including 14 Republicans voting with the Democrats. Those people will probably not have jobs when they're coming up next election. The president announced he hosted members of Congress who supported the landmark Gun Safety Act and sniffed all of their hairs and let them rub the hair on his legs and watch them dry. And he also allowed them to feed him tapioca pudding. The package represents the most significant new federal legislation to address gun violence since the expired 10-year assault weapons ban of 1994. Though it fails to ban any weapons, and it falls short of what Biden and his party had advocated, which was to take all the weapons away from law-abiding citizens so the criminals can shoot everybody else up. While this bill doesn't do everything I want, it does include actions I've long called for that are going to save lives. I'm not joking. It'll save lives. For real. It'll save lives.
You better hope you have a good governor.
Today we say more than enough. We say more than enough, and that's how Joe talks, repeating himself because he thinks it makes it, I don't know, true. This time, when it seems impossible to get anything done in Washington, we are doing something. My butt's been wiped. He also added that if we can reach compromise on guns, we ought to be able to reach a compromise with me babysitting your children. He didn't say that. Talked about some kind of veteran stuff. This thing included a $750 million to help states implement and run crisis intervention programs, because that shit works. Let's talk to more people, because that's talking just what it does. The money can be used to implement and manage red flag programs, which is basically I could call and say
Guilty before proven innocent.
Make an accusation against him, and if they believe it, they can just come take all his guns away with no trial or anything else like that.
Welcome to try.
Court orders can temporarily prevent individuals in crisis from accessing firearms. How do you know if I'm in crisis or not? Crisis intervention programs, like mental health courts. Courts for mental health. Okay. Drug courts, because those work great. Drug courts have been around for a long time. I used to bailiff and watch them. You know what? They're basically, and this might piss some people off, but drug courts and drug programs like that are basically an utter failure.
Oh, yeah.
Because unless these people admit they have a problem and want help, they're doing this so their asses are not sitting in jail. And as soon as they get out, they reoffend, or they still using drugs in there and they get in trouble and have to do this and that. It's bullshit. The bill closes a years-old loophole in domestic violence laws, the boyfriend loophole, which barred individuals who have been convicted of domestic violence crimes against spouses, partners with whom they share children, partners with whom they cohabitated with, from having guns. Now the law will bar those people from having a gun. Anyone who is convicted of domestic violence crime against someone they have a continuing serious relationship or romantic or intimate nature. The law encourages states to include juvenile records in the National Instant Criminal Background Check System.
That's the only thing I actually like.
Yeah, I do agree. That's the only part so far. The bill goes after individuals who sell guns as primary sources of income but have previously evaded registering as federally licensed firearms dealer. Basically, let's say he sells a gun to me and he makes $10 off of it. Now they're going to say he made the profit off of it, and if they find out about it, they're going to want to come arrest him because he don't have a license or didn't. That's what they're trying to do.
Trying to make everybody at FFL.
All this shit is doing is hurting law-abiding people. Again, because the criminals wasn't doing anything. They're criminals. They don't care about laws. That's why they're criminals.
What they should have done is anybody in the commission of a crime using a firearm gets an additional 20 years mandatory. Shit like that.
And then he said he especially wants to thank the family that him and Jill met and they sat with for many hours and did not complain once of my drooling and farting. And sniffing. That's basically it. It's bullshit. All this shit's gonna do. It's like a little feel-good little law.
Did that story talk about how they outlawed high-capacity magazines?
No, he didn't say anything in that one. But
yeah, that's got to come out.
It's not. But this shit is not going to do anything but hurt and make it more difficult for law-abiding people, because criminals, if they want a gun, are going to go get a gun. Most criminals don't go through legal measures to get a gun anyway. That's what these dumbass moron politicians don't realize.
How many rounds do you think they consider a high-capacity magazine?
I don't know, what, 15?
Anything more than 5.
That's not that. Yeah, that's my 380 holds more than that.
You will have
anything more than 5. That means a revolver with a 6-round cylinder is considered high capacity.
Yeah.
That's
so. Not only that, they're going to require you to register older than yesterday's. Not the guns, the high-capacity magazines, so 30-round magazines.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
That's all in that bill. That's why I was saying these Republicans that backed this are fucked.
It's high. So what? So what, they think they're going to stop a mass shooting? No, they just got to buy more 5-round magazines and just reload more often. It's not going to stop shit.
Well, not only that, right now it's going before the Supreme Court to see if you're allowed to say how many rounds is a high-capacity magazine from a previous law. Because remember, they did away with the drum mags and stuff.
Yeah. It's just all bullshit. There's too many. All these so-called high-capacity magazines that are already out there, and what's up, Aaron? All these high capacity stuff that's already out there. It's out there already. It's out there.
Yeah.
And what's that saying? It's like, I'll become a criminal when they criminalize me owning my own gun.
When they make owning a firearm an outlawable offense, I will in fact be an outlaw.
Yeah, because I do. Because when Joey B and his cronies and stuff are saying, the Second Amendment is an absolute, you're full of shit.
Well, actually, we just had a sheriff down here, and
shall not be infringed on.
Right, you got the right of the people to keep and bear arms, not the government. We have, I think it's Lee County. The sheriff down there just finally came out and says, I don't care what bullshit laws they pass. If you're a law-abiding citizen, we are not going to take away your weapons. Our local sheriffs need to start coming out and saying that flat out, don't bring this shit to our neighborhoods. Because if you do, we, the people, are going to resist you.
Yeah. Because they want to take our guns away, because when you have an unarmed population, they have ultimate control over you. You can't fight back on them. And he's like, well, that's not true. We have jets and we have this and we have that. Look how long we were over there in Afghanistan, and them people didn't have jets and all that stuff like that. And it pretty much feel like we left and we didn't accomplish shit because the bad guys took right back over.
And they had more equipment than they started with.
Yeah, and we gave them equipment now, so we better armed them. But these people were fighting us with like freaking damn near muskets and doing a damn good job on it. Okay,
they had actually Afghanistan had a very pro firearm like existence. They always
No, I'm just saying though, but they didn't have the high tech shit that we went.
Oh
over
hell
there
no!
with.
They didn't have Apaches and Blackhawks and shit.
These motherfuckers were blowing our shit up with homemade
Living
fucking
in
bombs
living
and
in
shit. Living in
tunnels.
Yeah. So I mean, shut up, Joe. Go read your cue card. Eat some tapioca. And let's not forget that now Camel Toe is in charge of what the misinformation shit or something like that. So basically, what me and him are doing right now is probably going to be a felony soon, because they're going to try to shut everybody down that does not say or agree with exactly what they want to do or what they want us to say. Because that's
the
basically
beautiful
what
thing
it
is we've got so many layers of protection here. We start off with our wonderful governor. You know, if Joe tries to march into the state of Florida, it's going to be hell. And then, you know, it trickles down to the local politicians.
So it's freaking this is just a shit show. Is it 2024 yet?
I wish. Am I reading this last one?
Go ahead for it.
Hang on. Haven't I?
What you doing? Typing a resume?
No. Anytime it says open in the Newsbreak app, I can't open it. It's fucking stupid. Juul vaping products are ordered off the market inside of the United States.
Moreover, government reach.
Yeah. Yeah, but cigarettes that are in fact known to kill
How about
thousands
this?
of people daily.
How about this? They're legalizing marijuana all over the fucking United States. Okay, so they're legalizing it so you can smoke weed and get high. I can get high, but Lord forbid that I fucking want to get some nicotine. But it's okay to get fucking high. What about all these freaking safe needle places they got in these big cities now where they're for them to shoot up drugs? But let's outlaw fucking vaping shit.
I got an idea, Iceman. How about it's my body, it's my choice.
Exactly.
If they choose to smoke meth, okay, or shoot up heroin, whatever. If I want to smoke a cigarette or vape, I think I should have the right to choose for myself. And actually, they are looking at appealing that decision. And I think that during the wonderful Supreme Court, if they can get it to their attention, I think they'll see the same thing. It's your body, your choice. Kick it back to the states. Long-awaited decision by FDA, welcomed by anti-vaping groups, namely Big Tobacco.
Yep.
Because let me tell you, they've been trying to get like mainstream Big Tobacco, like Philip Morris Company, this wonderful cigarette company.
They're losing money left and right. Like I said,
Yep.
I was a pack and a half, 2 pack a day smoker when I smoked cigarettes.
Right.
Now,
When you switch over to vape.
I switched over to vape, and I've damn near weaned myself almost completely off of all nicotine. And I haven't smoked a cigarette in freaking over 10 years, probably. Hadn't touched it.
Yeah, that's about right.
Hadn't touched it. So that's a lot of money that I'm not spending. Bam has done the same exact thing. She don't smoke cigarettes anymore neither. And then I make my own vape juice. And like I said, it's basically got zero nicotine in it. So, yeah, did it work for me? Yes. Did it work for her? Yes. I mean, neither one of us have smoked cigarettes at all in almost 10 years. So
You don't have to go outside and sit negative 30-degree temperatures.
Well, I'm just saying, but they can say what they want to. Oh, people say it's... Yeah, it does. It did. It helped me get off cigarettes. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, Truth.com is backed by Philip Morris. That is 100% true fact. The Food and Drug Administration denied authorization to Juul Labs Incorporated for all of its products currently marketed in the U.S., dealing with a substantial blow to the company that was briefly a darling among both tobacco giants and Silicon Valley. We were this close to getting the vaping industry to put Big Tobacco out of business. And that's the issue is, see, the vape industry doesn't pay all this money to lobbyists. You know who does? Big Tobacco. They pay crazy amounts of money.
And the taxes on tobacco
are outrageous.
Crazy. So the government is making big time bucks off of big tobacco also.
Right. Because they don't care if it kills you, because you're going to do it anyway.
Because nicotine is not a natural occurring substance in the tobacco, I don't believe. It's an additive they put in it.
It is an additive in some forms of tobacco. There is tobacco that naturally has it, and it can kill you pretty fucking quick.
Well, what's also funny is when they started to ban the vaping stuff, the vaping people kind of, reason it was supposed to be banned a while back with the nicotine stuff. And they're like, okay, because they made it illegal to ship nicotine through the mail. So what did they do? They made up a synthetic type nicotine that isn't illegal to ship through the mail.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You're challenging these giant scientists. Let's be honest about it. It takes a true scientist to figure out what you needed to make a vape work.
Well,
okay? And it's like, yeah, you just changed the rules. Well, they're just going to change the fucking formula.
Well, what I think's ridiculous is they blaming all these vapes. Oh, them kids are vaping in the bathroom, stuff like that.
I was smoking cigarettes in the bathroom when I was a kid.
Do you remember the old Motley Crue song?
Smoking in the boys' room.
Smoking in the boys' room? Because that's what we used to do as kids, because they didn't have vape. But guess what? We smoked. We weren't supposed to be smoking. We got cigarettes and we smoked. Guess what? You know, me and my buddies were at 16 going out to the local little stop and rob that was run by the Oriental people that we knew. Yep. They didn't give a shit who they sold it to. They just wanted money. And we'd go out there and buy liquor on every weekend and go get drunk. We weren't supposed to be doing that. Do you see them banning alcohol? No. Or did they ban cigarettes? No. So, really? They want to ban, it's all of the flavors and stuff like that. Okay, well, I mean, they have flavored alcohol. Hell, I got some banana whiskey in my cup.
I had watermelon whiskey last night. It was delicious.
They got watermelon whiskey. I mean, come on, people. Come on. And y'all just want to keep fucking with different industries. I think a court put a hold on them. Ain't that what that story said?
They said it has insufficient.
Temporarily halted them.
So they temporarily stopped the sale?
No, they were banning the jewels, and I think a court has put a temporary hold on it, saying no, hold on a minute here.
Right, because I would think if you're going to you're banning a specific company.
Yeah, you're banning their company.
Right, that's like saying, oh, nope, smoking Marlboros is bad, but allowing, Newports and other types of cigarettes. I don't even know what other kind of cigarettes there is, but...
well, they're supposed to be banning menthol cigarettes.
That's so racist.
Well, which is going to piss off a large portion of the black community, because you have a lot of black people that smoke Cools and Newports. They like the menthols. So
yeah, the light flavor and the way that like...
I've never liked menthol stuff. I didn't like it. It feels like I'm sucking on ice cubes. Some people like it, but I'm just saying that.
When I was drinking, I used to.
It's utterly ridiculous. You know what, FDA? Get the fuck out of our way. This is supposed to be a free country. If I want to kill myself smoking cigarettes, I should be damn well can do it if I want to. If I want to kill myself drinking alcohol and being an alcoholic and die with cirrhosis of the liver and all that shit like that, it's my choice to do that.
He's a grown-ass man.
If I want to, fill my lung up with vapor and want to do that and kill myself, I should be able to do that.
You did cover that gun bill and say that it increased the age of purchasing a firearm.
It wasn't in there, yeah, but it's 21. But it's just that, so they ought to increase the age of everything else. So
I don't know how that's going to work. I know there's going to be certain exemptions because, like, for instance, I was a police officer at the age of 19. You can't own a handgun in the state of Florida unless you're 21. But there is exemptions.
Aaron says vaping in the boys' room just don't have the same effect.
Smoking crack in the boys' room.
I mean, they like, all these kids are vaping. Well, you know what? That's the store's problem. They should be selling it to them.
Right. Crack down, get higher,
So what if it's watermelon flavor? You know what? I enjoy watermelon flavored vape. I'll enjoy all kind of different flavor. They're trying to say, well, we're not going to outlaw vaping, but we're only going to only have tobacco flavor.
That's what they did in Florida.
Well, that's gross. If I want tobacco flavor, I'll start sucking on a fucking cigarette again, which I don't want to do. But there'll be ways around stuff. There always is.
We discussed it all when I was there.
All they will do is make all they're going to do is make a black market for the shit.
Yep. Well, what do they call it?
Steroids are illegal. Testosterone. You don't think that shit ain't shipped in this country left and right?
HGH.
I mean, come on, people. They got fucking fentanyl coming in and shit. Hell, they can't even stop Mexicans from coming in here illegal. You think they're going to stop vape juice? Come on.
Only when it's convenient for them.
Come on. It's a joke.
Absolutely.
I can, well, pretty soon I'll be retired. I don't have to worry about vaping. I'll just sit home and smoke weed all day and eat Cheetos and rub green Jello on my nipples.
It's gonna be legal,
you know. So
before you're retired.
I'm just saying. Well, we can already get. I mean, you can get medical marijuana now. You can get a prescription from your doctor for it now here in Louisiana.
Yeah, it's not the black market. What prohibition? That's all they're gonna do.
Yeah,
once
it's
they
just
figure out how
underground.
they can tax the living fuck out of it, they will.
Yep.
It's just like alcohol. Until they figured out how they could make money off the shit, they outlawed it.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's just stupid. Of course, half the shit the government does is stupid. Get out of our business. Get out of our house. Get off our phone. Get off of all our shit. Do your job. Just keep me protected from the foreign enemies. And
just remember, Big Brother's watching.
Let us live our lives.
I didn't even notice you put the George Orwell thing on the back.
On the what?
On the back of the shirts.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I was like, oh, hell yeah. Talk about Big Brother and shit.
So they're going to outlaw Jello too? Jesus Christ. They can't. No, hopefully.
If they won't do that, the president will lose this shit.
Yeah. And what are they going to do with all them strip clubs? What they going to wrestle in?
Ooh.
Stripper lives matter, man.
99% alcohol.
So it's just
at least they'd be clean.
Bunch of ridiculous crap is all it is. Y'all have no idea how pissed off I get reading all these damn stories trying to figure out which ones I want to talk about.
That's not even half the ones I sent him.
Oh, hold on. Let me play this. I know we're going a little bit long, but I don't care.
Giggity.
Here we go. Let me plug this in. And this got sent to BAM by somebody we know, and it's a video. I want to play the audio too. I don't know who the lady is or anything like that, but who you think you fucking are, Goose?
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go. Y'all
listen. And
I think you should be able to hear it. I'm assuming.
I never dreamed that I would have to face the prospect of not living in the United States of America. At least not the one I've known all my life. I've never wished to live anywhere else. This is my home, and I was privileged to be born here. But today I woke up, and as I had my morning coffee, I realized that everything is about to change. No matter how I vote, no matter what. I say something evil has invaded our nation, and our lives are never going to be the same. I've been confused by the hostility of family and friends. I look at people I've known all my life, so hate-filled that they agree with opinions they would never express as their own. I think I may have, entered the Twilight Zone. We become a nation that has lost its collective mind. You can't justify this insanity. If a guy pretends to be a woman, you're required to pretend with him. Somehow, it's un-American for the census to count how many Americans are in America. Russians influencing our elections are bad, but illegals voting in our elections are good. It was cool for Joe Biden to blackmail the president of Ukraine, but it's an impeachable offense if Donald Trump inquires about it. 20 is too young to drink a beer, but 18 is old enough to vote. People who have never owned slaves should pay slavery reparations to people who have never been slaves. People who have never been to college should pay the debts of college students who took out huge loans for their degrees. Immigrants with tuberculosis and polio are welcome, but you'd better be able to prove your dog is vaccinated. Irish doctors and German engineers who want to immigrate to the U.S. must go through a rigorous vetting process, but any illiterate gangbangers who jump the southern fence are welcome. $5 billion for border security is too expensive, but $1.5 trillion for free healthcare is not. If you cheat to get into college, you go to prison, but if you cheat to get into the country, you go to college for free. People who say there is no such thing as gender are demanding a female president. We see other countries going socialist and collapsing, but it seems like a great plan to us. Some people are held responsible for things that happened before they were born, and other people are not held responsible for what they're doing right now. Criminals are caught and released to hurt more people, but stopping them is bad because it's a violation of their rights. And pointing out all this hypocrisy somehow makes us racist. Nothing makes sense anymore. No values, no morals, and no civility. People are dying of a Chinese virus, but it's racist to refer to it as Chinese even though it began in China. We're clearly living in an upside-down world where right is wrong and wrong is right, where moral is immoral and immoral is moral, where good is evil and evil is good, where killing murderers is wrong but killing unborn babies is A-okay. Wake up, America. The great unsinkable ship, Titanic America, has hit an iceberg, is taking on water, and is sinking fast. Speak up.
Wow. On point.
Was that awesome or what?
Yeah, I mean, she did bring something to light that I completely forgot about. You remember when they gave Trump that big rash of shit about spending all that money to build that fucking wall?
Mm-hmm.
And now we're sending $45 billion, $60 billion to Ukraine?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wow. Wow.
Well, what about that? They're all bitching about, they're still crying about Trump saying that the election was, wrong and, stolen. But when he got elected, they were screaming the same thing for years. They tried to impeach that man for 4 years straight.
Yep.
The Democrats did 10 times worse. It's so easily how they forget how they were acting. But then they want to say, oh, it just blows my mind.
I don't understand how it's...
And I don't consider myself a Republican at all. I don't agree. I'm more like a conservative person.
More of a constitutionalist.
Something like that. But it's just, I'm just, like I said before, I'm going to vote for the person I believe can do the best job. I'm not voting for somebody because they got a D or an R behind their name.
Yeah, I know some good people who voted for Obama. Everybody makes mistakes.
I'm just saying it's, but these Democrats they don't went completely so far left. It's ridiculous.
And they've said that during the midterm election, they seem to think like there's going to be this huge turnout for the midterm election. And basically, they were discussing that on the radio today because when I drive, I like to listen to audio. And they were talking about how the big push to get Trump out of the White House and to put anybody in there was why they had such a strong turnout for Democrats across the United States.
Yeah, because he said mean things.
Right, but
our economy was great, our military was strong, but right. he made mean tweets.
But what they said was, they go, is the fact of the economy, abortion rights, are these going to be things that are on the same level plateau of hating Trump to get the massive amount of numbers out to get people to re-vote Democratic people?
Well, but a lot of people that did vote Democrat
are going to vote straight R.
Are pissed off because now they're paying $5 a gallon for gas.
And because just like that video I showed you.
Everybody's electric bills. I was reading a thing on Facebook today from something local, and I got my electric bills in today, and I was glad mine wasn't doubled because most people are complaining that all their electric bills are doubled, but mine did go up. But I mean, like last month, I think it was $2 something at the house, and it's like $350 this month, and over here at the clubhouse it was like $120 last month, and it's in I think $200 and something. So I still got what $500 worth of electric bills to pay. So I mean, and everything's going up. I mean, at least I'm lucky. I'm lucky I don't have to buy fuel to drive back and forth to work. I'm one of the lucky ones. If I didn't, when I'm working and I use my using stuff, you're looking at like $70, almost $80 a day just in fuel. Could you imagine if I had to pay that?
Yeah.
Out of pocket? I mean, these 18-wheelers, the average 18-wheelers, they're paying something like $1,000 a fill up.
Easily.
So guess what? They're not going to eat that cost. These 18-wheeler companies aren't going to eat that cost. So if they're got to spend all that extra money getting the product to the stores, they're going to charge the stores more for the product.
That's called trickle down.
Yeah, the stores aren't going to eat that cost. So what the stores are going to jack the price up of all the products. So guess who ends up paying it? We do. Everything is went up. Hell, the Dollar Tree ain't even a fucking Dollar Tree anymore.
It's $1.50 tree, right?
I think it's 25 or something like that. But it's 25 cents. Guess what? Them 25 cents adds up. I'm just saying though, you don't even have the Dollar Tree no more. Place Bam goes and buys these meals that are pre-made, like healthy meals for work and stuff, because it's cheaper than going to a fast food place that's unhealthy anyway. But they used to have $5 Saturdays where everything was $5 a meal. Now I think it's like $5.75. Everything everywhere is going up. That's what these people don't realize. Didn't the Fed just jack the interest rate some? They're going to jack it more. So you got people that's not going to be able to buy houses.
Right.
I mean, like, let's say, when Trump was in office, you could buy a $100,000 house, and let's say your house note was going to be $500 a month. Just throwing numbers out. Well, as the rates go up, you buy the same house that cost you, that was $100,000, instead of paying $500 a month, you're paying $700-800 a month, if not more. People ain't able to afford it.
It's called the federal interest rate.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. But they're about the buck store. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna start calling it that, about the buck store.
Everything's getting ready to go through the roof. People, you got people, especially low income people. I mean, I'm lucky enough that we're not low income. We're not rich, but we're not poor. We're middle class. So, but I mean, I don't even, like Sean Hannity said, Sean Hannity's rich, but he does his own grocery shopping. He still don't want to spend a fortune at the grocery store.
No.
Go price meat.
We would like to spend money on shit we want, not shit we have to have.
Yeah, go price meat and everything now. It's freaking outrageous.
Well, I did all those energy efficient upgrades to my fucking house. It's hilarious. We get the bill, it's the same amount as it was last year, but my energy consumption went down.
Well, I don't know if I mentioned on here. I mean, I have central air in my house.
You don't even run it, dude.
Well, no, I put in window units.
Right.
Because it's cheaper for me to use window units and cool certain rooms off instead of the entire house. With it being older, it's a 2-story house, but only has one unit. I mean, last year my electric bill hit right almost $700. If I'd have been using that central air right now, I'd probably have an $800 bill just at the house.
Need to figure out. I know there's a way to use your natural gas to run an AC.
So, but the window units are. I mean, it's been unruly hot lately, but we've been averaging about 112 to 115 degrees here with the heat index. I mean, you just melt when you walk outside.
I'm melting.
Yeah, I know what Hansel and Gretel felt like.
Yeah, that's why deer balls are so cheap, because they're under $1. JoJo with the laughs. All right, buddy.
We done talked about a whole bunch of stuff. I don't have a guest on the Motor Cop when but I have some hell of a stories. I got some funny shit that happened just yesterday I'll be talking about. So y'all check that one out Sunday evening.
He don't like talking to me on Sundays.
And hopefully I went and bought all this wood. I'm about to start building myself a brand new clubhouse desk here, so I can fit everybody. It'll be much better. And so I went to Home Depot and bought some wood and stuff there. I was gonna start working on it, but of course, as soon as I got home, it started freaking raining. So, see,
babe, we got to go up to Louisiana so I can take my laser etcher and put the logos in the bench.
And then we got wood because I'm supposed to be working on a tortoise tabletop habitat also. So wish me luck on that.
Be careful with your ingredients.
Yeah. Anyway, everybody stay free and we know, JoJo, we know. Everybody stay free and remember, don't comply. We'll see y'all next week or go. come back Wednesday for the Motor Cop show.
Later, guys.
We're out. Stay free. Never give in.